So here we are back at the museum doing another live video for a Friday. So the first song I have is the Lily Marlene. Now that's something I, back in the day, actually knew how to do the pattern dance to, but I would need a refresher for sure. Now this particular song, and I've got all my little sticky notes to give you some info, was written as a poem, and it was written in 1915. The poem was published in 1917, or it was published in 1937, so that many years later. Then it was recorded as a song in 1939, and of course became very, very popular for World War II. Now there are nearly almost 200 versions of this song, different recordings, different ways to do it, that sort of thing. So it's our Lily Marlene. Okay, our next one is Now Is the Hour. So now this one, very interesting story on it. The tune became very well known in 1913, and there was kind of a little bit of a debate as to who actually wrote the tune. I know we've got 3 different names on this one. It's very interesting. So anyway, so the words were added to it, and I know the person who did the words was Mewa Kahan, pronounced that completely wrong, I'm sure. And they added the words in 1915, and it became a farewell song to New Zealand soldiers. So the person who wrote the words was from New Zealand, and that was for the New Zealand soldiers who were going off to World War I. So one thing I never knew the history on this one. You kind of tend to have that idea that the Europeans or the Americans or Canadians wrote songs, but this one is New Zealand. Now Is the Hour. I don't know if I said that. It would help if you knew what song I was talking about. Song is entitled here Tipperary. Now what was interesting is there actually is a song called Tipperary, which this is entitled, but this one is actually, of course, It's a Long Way to Tipperary. So that's the appropriate title, and because Tipperary is a very different song from this one. So It's a Long Way to Tipperary. It was written in 1915, and it was actually called It's a Long Way to Connemara, and it was changed. There's these co-writers who wrote the song, and one of them changed it to Tipperary because that's where his grandmother was from, and so it made a little bit more significance and probably flowed maybe a little bit better in the song anyway. So It's a Long Way to Tipperary. Next one is Till We Meet Again. And what do I put on this? Oh, so okay. So it was written during the Great War, World War I, published in 1918. Now, its basic story is just that it tells that story of a soldier having to, say goodbye to his sweetheart. Okay, this one, of course, is very favorite, is There's a Long, Long Trail. So our info about this one. Now There's a Long, Long Trail was written by two Yale students. They were seniors at Yale, written in 1914. I think in 1914. Now their names are not on here because that was in London, but this American then took it, kind of rewrote it, and then they published it. And so he certainly gets credit for it. But I know in the history that I found that those Yale students actually won an award for it. Although it was a song, they got the award for poetry. So back in 1914. So the one thing about the American version of it, it changed it. It was originally written as a march, and the Long, Long Trail got changed to more of a ballad in its sort of second writing. Next on our list is Keep the Home Fires Burning. Now this one is just a British patriotic song published in 1914. The original title on this song was Till the Boys Come Home, which of course is the very last line of the song. Later got changed to the first line, which is Keep the Home Fires Burning. One is Wait Till the Sun Shines Nellie. Now, this is a lot of those songs sort of have been the sort of World War I. So this one's a World War II song. It also has been recorded many, many times. It's considered a very more kind of a popular pop standard type of song. It was in the 1941 film Birth of the Blues, and that was sung by Bing Crosby and Mary Martin in that film. So it was, and that film was 1941, so that's kind of about the time when this song was out. Whoops, let's hope if I'm doing the right thing here. So I thought this one was a very interesting history. It's Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home? Of course, that I think everybody knows that song. The original title is Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home? But it was also just considered nowadays, it was changed to, okay, oh yeah, so it's changed to Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey. So instead of the Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home, it's Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey, or now it's shortened to just Bill Bailey is for the title on that one. It was written by an American songwriter and pianist in 1902. So it has this kind of the jazz and blues, but it's very interesting. So back in 1902, we have our Bill Bailey song, which I think you can probably find in many, many places. See how I do on this one. Song to do. This book that I was playing out of was called Sing Out. I know it's flipped around there because I'm on selfie mode, but it's a wonderful collection and very easy to play out of. So this last one, I have no history on it. I didn't look up anything. I just wanted to play it. It's called a college song because it's just more of a sentimental, just to say goodbye. We're finishing up today's Friday time, but like I said, we'll work our way into the next area of our veterans displays, and we'll go through that on the Fridays leading up to Remembrance Day. All right, thanks for tuning in.